Hello everyone, this is Dion Sol. I hope everyone is doing well. And as you see before you, we are looking at an historical vault of Microsoft Flight Simulator version 1.005 in flight. It's actually courtesy of flight. Simflight.com is where I currently got this information from. And the reason why we're here is because, as you saw in the title, we have Meigs Field now for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. So it's a reminiscing flight here. We're going to reminisce on Microsoft Flight Simulator. And as a side note, as you can see, my audio is completely different than what I am speaking to you. As you see, is because my audio broke down. So now I'm doing this voiceover, future me. Anyway, how I got involved in Microsoft Flight Simulator was back in 1984, actually, with this Commodore 64. That's when I got into it. I thought it was out earlier than that, but I guess not. According to them, it was 1984. I thought it was 1982, but I've been an aviation enthusiast. I guess the first spark of interest was watching the Blue Angels fly in San Diego at Miramar Naval Air Station back in 1978, 79, along in that time frame when I was a kid. And so I've always had my love for aviation from there. So anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to show you right here that we acquired the Meigs Field over there at msfsaddons.com. It's just one of the resources that us as aviation enthusiasts for Microsoft Flight Simulator product has access to. It is kind of a pain in the butt to be able to get this because of ad blocking and everything else. It's kind of a hokey system, but I understand why they do it, but it is what it is. Also, this other one right here is Lakeshore East Chicago. This is an add-on over here at Nexus Mods, as you can see on the screen. I decided to not only add Meigs, but also have some other details to add to it to try to bring up that realism as best I can. I'm not familiar with Chicago at all. Chicago is not, I've never been there, so I am totally relying on you guys watching the video to can talk about Chicago, and also the developers for these add-ons to bring that realism up for for our enjoyment of flying in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. And as you saw two other ones kind of zip by there that I skimmed over. I'm going to have the links in the description down below of these three mods that you can get with Nexus Mods. Again, it was the Sears Tower, Willis Tower, and then the Mag Mile, which I'm not familiar with. Again, all that stuff I don't know. But again, you guys can check it out for yourselves on your own with your own stuff there. So anyway, so we're going to get set up here and ready to go as I'm sitting here rambling on, talking about something that I guess I didn't really need to talk about anymore. And there is Meigs Field in the sim as it is as of this recording, and you can see in the background there, you can see some of Meigs Field right now. The way that the developer set it up here, and here in a couple shakes here, we're going to be going back to the audio of the sim, because once that happens, then we'll have a little bit better one-to-one ratio on the audio here. Without further ado, let me go ahead and get the sound back in here. And so now we got the sound in. We've already got the airplane loaded up. Go ahead and log in. And I decided to go old school, and so that's why we have the steam gauges, because this, as you saw in that photo, is how you would see, except for, of course, a little bit more advanced, now compared to what this was, here back in the day. So let's go ahead and fly around Chicago and just kind of reminisce and looking at how Meigs Field, it's not here in the day. So here we go. Full power, everything is set, all lights on, everything else. We're not dealing with ATC because, like I said, this is just nostalgia trip more than anything. We got our 6-pack right in front of us. Go ahead and just take off and get some power. Get up to 60 knots or so, and this thing should automatically get off the ground here in a second. And there it goes. Flaps up. I would say gear up, but we don't have any gear. Go ahead and put our eyeball up here a little bit. Actually get a little feel. Previous eyeball spot is what you would normally see in the original Microsoft Flight Simulator. So here we can actually pump it up here a little bit, where you can actually, here it is 37 years later. Actually look at it, it is getting dark. And we'll look at Chicago, Illinois as it is, except for Meigs Field, today's world. Go ahead and bang around. We'll make ourselves a left turn here. I decided to go left instead of right. With my system, the way my system is, I do have stutters every now and then, so we're going to see how well this plays, what kind of stutters we get. Kind of let this airplane just come on around nice and slow. Let's take a look outside as we're making our turn. On a clear day, and I do have the weather set to real-time weather and real-time traffic, so I have to take Microsoft at its word that weather in Chicago as of the video is what it really is. So considerably different in 37 years. Most cool. Things like this bring old flight simmers such as myself a smile on our face. Be a little stuttering there, and that's just going to happen. But we'll get a good shot of it once the Meigs Field gets over here. Go ahead and let it climb a little bit. If I recall correctly, do I have? Yes, I do. Of my and there is Meigs Field as it was. The developer, I don't know when the developer, what his timestamp was. When you do download Meigs Field over at MSFS downloads, there is also a approach plates for this. So you are able to get the approach plates for Meigs Field here in Microsoft Flight Simulator 20. You can see Soldier Field off in the distance. You know, looking at this from a common sense, logical.
Like you are leaving my airspace frequency change approved.
Okay, thanks. Have a nice day.
Tower Cessna November 502 Delta Mike frequency change.
Okay, now leave them alone. Now they'll leave me alone. But anyway, I don't know what timestamp it was, so I don't know what year or whatever last time, so I don't know what reference photos he's using from. Everything else inland should be about what it is in the real world, for the most part, I would imagine. But again, like I said, that nostalgic feel, reminiscing of how we would use to start right there. And from a nostalgic perspective, I'm surprised Kobo didn't put it in there. But again, they're in the making it as real as it gets, and obviously the drama that happened, the demise of a big. But I could see the how convenient it was having the airport right there, especially if you're a football fan back in the day. Fly in, land at this airport. Of course, I'm sure landing fees and everything was probably high, even for that timeline back in the day when it was an airport. But being able to be that close to downtown or on business, whatever, sure that airport was convenient as all get out. So, very, very cool. Very, very cool. I chose the Cessna 172 because the Cessna 172 with the analog gauges started with back in the 1980s. That's all you would see. There was no such thing as, well, very limited on the glass cockpits back in the day. I think if anything, they were CRTs, that sort of thing. The big airliners had them. Now, if your wallet's big enough, you can get avionics that rivals, jetliner avionics, and in some cases, actually gives you more situational awareness and information than what a jetliner has with modern avionics today. Pretty cool. And I'm sure, like I said, just throw some comments down below. That helps the YouTube algorithm. But now, going off on a tangent, a kind of a channel housekeeping thing, I am now uploading all my videos to Rumble first, and then from Rumble, then they are indicating over to YouTube, and then from YouTube on over Odyssey/library. Those are the three primary places that I have, and if BitChute will let me, I will also upload this to BitChute as well. So folks, so all of you over there on those different platforms, I definitely appreciate you guys watching it, and definitely like, subscribe, and if you feel my content is worthy, I do have some PayPal links in the description as well. And the advantage of PayPal is if you have your own PayPal account, it is a direct person-to-person transaction. You don't have any middleman. You don't have you taking 30% out of, from my understanding, out of it. So I definitely appreciate all the support that you guys can give me. Most appreciated. So anyway, let's go ahead and go on over here. We'll go ahead and make our little cinematic turn here, and then what we'll do is we'll go ahead and get closer to downtown. That's where my frame rates will kind of get dicey. But I wanted to take a look to see what these other mods do for us. Again, I don't live there, so you're going to forgive me if I miss something. Say, yeah, Dion, that's about right. Or no, that mod, that East Lake mod or whatever it is, didn't work, that kind of thing. Because we got Lakeshore East Chicago, that's one. And then the, like I say again, the other one is John Hancock Center. And then finally the Cedar Tower. Now I guess it's called Willis Tower. Come on over, we'll get nice and close. Get up close. Back about 50% on power. Yeah. Back in the day, when I was in my youth, take off, you just kind of fly around. Of course, at that time, I wasn't into aviation or, had the passion for it as I do now. Back then, seeing all the big buildings stuff and whatnot, and it's really cool. Go ahead and get down here. Get nice and close and personal. Chicago, Illinois. I don't know if we'll find it because I don't know where it's at here in Chicago, but there is another thing that they have a big, they call it the Big Bean or something like that. I'm not really too familiar with it. But it's chrome and it's really shiny. I don't know where it's at here, so you may not see it here. In this video, give it a college try. And like again, somebody can chat in the comment section down below. If they will, hey, yeah, at this point right here, at timestamp, whatever, that is actually so-and-so, and that's what that is. And that sort of thing. That would be helpful. I have no. All I know, this is downtown Chicago. That's all I know. And matter of fact, tower, I think, that right is right there. Like what I can tell, right there. And because of the time of day, as the sun is getting lower, you're starting to see more and more shadows. Not kind of adds character to the shot. But that may not be Sears Tower. That might have been something else. Again, I don't know. Sorry guys, I'm not familiar with the area. I watched a YouTube video about 3 or 4 days ago that Chicago is the end of the line for 66. And I thought about one day maybe start doing a tour of Route 66 in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Start off in LA and just kind of fly down. It's going to be kind of hard to do, but that'll be one of those bucket list things. Give it a shot. Gone around here. Impressive. I am still get up. Bit level. Have a look at downtown. Glory. Which I think is pretty cool for somebody that's not familiar with the area. And it gives you the lay of the land. What amazes to me is how, well, at least with Microsoft Flight Simulator, you know, going the way it is, having all these, I don't know, parks, recreational areas right here. Here in California, we don't have that. It's all, there's houses going right up to the water. Here, they got all this cut out here. I'm sure somebody in the description down below can tell us what all, you know, the history behind that. Why we got some white buildings there. Kind of unusual having these white buildings stand out like they are. Kind of weird. Not gray like the rest of them. Overall, that's really, really cool. I'm sure there's a whole lot of things that I'm missing that people talk about, sights to see and whatnot, I am not aware of. Down over here. So what we'll do is we'll come around here, we'll go down here to the shoreline. Kind of keep our Here's just water, so nothing exciting over there. So we'll just keep this up right here. We'll just get down here low and slow. We'll get about 500 feet or so, 1,000 feet above. But I just enjoy the view. I'm sure that's a river out there, or a lake, or I'm sure it's a river out there in the distance. I have no idea what that is. All gracefully here. I'll get hours. Right now we are currently I'm sure all this stuff right here, all this real estate right here is very, I would imagine. It depends. Like I say, just audio or greenery. Got a little flashy light right there. There's probably some water operations aircraft down here. Imagine. Currently, the only thing we have in Microsoft Flight Simulator right now currently is Icon A5, and hopefully once they get the SDK worked out, developers a better tools to work with, so we can start seeing high quality watercraft. That will be welcome here in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Also, Microsoft Flight Simulator is working on I don't know how of a priority it is, but I'm sure it's priority enough, as I discussed in the previous videos, that you know, helicopters. They really need to get some helicopters in. Yeah, there's a lot of scenic opportunities with helicopters. I don't want to go too far out because I'm hours. Go ahead and swing on around. And we'll head back and land at Meigs Field. Oh, it's very cool. That is starting to vision. Ourselves a big jet coming in. Probably going into what is it? O'Hare. Rain fart, or what you call it. Come on in out here. We'll swing on around. We'll get on the right side of things. Another airplane right there, just kind of dipping around. What's this guy doing? I don't have my jet, obviously. Could be an NPC, could be a player. I don't know. Still pretty cool anyway. Judging from their erratic behavior, I wouldn't be surprised if it's a player. Got another one. You got way off in the distance. You got another airplane on the video, but it's out there. All right, well, let's set up to land. So I'll go ahead and tell ATC. Land. They tell me what runway to land on. Stop landing.
Tower Cessna November 502 Delta Mike 5 miles north to land.
Cessna November 502 Delta Mike Tower. Fly straight in runway 18. Altimeter 29.902, wind 229 at 5.
Fly straight in runway 18 Cessna 2 Delta Mike.
Altitude here.
Cessna 2 Delta Mike cleared to land runway 18. Wind 229 at 5.
Cleared to land runway 18 Cessna 2 Delta Mike.
Now, I'm sure other pilots beyond the sim probably wouldn't even know I was talking to anybody if they don't have the mod installed. If they have the mod installed, then they would hear coming in on final. Imagine. I. Seven years later. Nice thing about a Cessna 172. Allowed of just about anything. Problem. Up to 120 knots. Have to dip that right wing down a little bit because that's where our wind is from. Have a 5-knot crosswind. Down now. A little wonky on that landing, but hey, you got it on the ground. About to right here.
Cessna 2 Delta Mike turn next taxiway.
Turning next taxiway, November 502 Delta Mike. 502 Delta Mike is clear of runway.
Contact ground on 121.8.
Going to 121.8 Cessna 2 Delta Mike.
And we're going to taxi to base out.
Ground
Here.
Cessna November 502 Delta Mike taxi to south parking.
Cessna November 502 Delta Mike taxi to general aviation parking via taxiway Charlie Alpha Bravo Hotel.
Right there. You give me all that, that's right there.
Taxiing to general aviation parking via taxiway Charlie Alpha Bravo Hotel Cessna 2 Delta Mike.
So yeah, most cool. Because of the way he's marshaller is, I'm going to have to come around. like to have my eyeball up. Cowling. Alright, let's just spin this thing around here. I go back on. Flying. He is eating. Parks. Alright. Brake is set. Off. Almost everything. Go. That is it. So I definitely appreciate you guys watching. This is really cool. Really cool to have Meigs in the sim because, like I say again, that's what we all started off with back in the day. Got our wings to fly, I guess you simulation wings to fly. So anyway, you guys take care and definitely like, subscribe again. Link in the description down below. All that are happy stuff that all YouTubers and content creators do. All that sort of thing. And we'll catch you guys next time on another FS Excursions where we'll go somewhere and do just reminisce of things gone by. Take care, guys.